Coffee is good. Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? It's me, John and Mama, here with Coffee Time with John and Mama. If you aren't watching us, following us, go on over to our Facebook page and you'll see us there. Coffee Time with John and Mama. And our page is over 2 years old. And so if you run into one that's not, you'll know it's a duplicate. Let's talk. Oh, we get to talk tonight. It's Friday night. Happy Friday. I hope y'all are having a great Friday. Hope you're preparing yourself for a great weekend. But let's talk tonight about creamy chocolate pie. Folks, this is the pie of pies. Mama's been making this pie for my whole life. Is this your mama's recipe?
No, I don't even
Mama,
remember.
you're not in the camera.
I don't remember where I got that. I've had it for years.
Have you ever made it any other way?
I've got one more. This one supposed to make two, but I've got a deep dish pie shell. So I make this one so it'd be good and full.
Mama's made it before on here, and some of y'all have asked. I think when we made it before, it ended up being in 2 videos. I think we maybe made it the second time in 1 video, but this will be another time. We got a lot of new folks, and it's just time for a chocolate pie. So, that's what we're going to have. So, it's called creamy chocolate pie. But this is what you may have heard of, referred to, or maybe some of your mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, I don't know, may have fixed this. It's cooked. This is cooked chocolate pie. So, Mama's going to show us how. So, Mama, take it away.
Okay. It calls for 1.5 cups of sugar. Correct over there? Up here at the top.
It says heat and boiling point.
Well, I don't do what it says.
Okay.
I take 1.5 cups of sugar.
1.5 cups of sugar.
That was 1 cup. Well, I'm going to have to get another
You want me to get you one?
cup, or I'm just going to put half of this one in.
You need another half cup?
No, I'll just use half of this one. Since I let that roll all over the floor.
So 1.5 cups of sugar.
That's about
5 tablespoons of cocoa.
Okay. I'll get that puffed on there. Okay, 5 tablespoons. Reason I don't heat, I just use 1 kettle. I'm going to stop talking.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
6. 5
I
tablespoons of cocoa, folks. Don't let me mess you up.
I just use 1 kettle, and if you heat milk and mix this up, you're going to mess up 2 and stuff. So I just mix my dry ingredients first, and I need 5 tablespoons of cornstarch, Johnny.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So will that
This will thicken
thicken
it.
it? That's
Now
a lot.
I've got that other one recipe. It calls for flour, but it
Can y'all see?
makes a little amount. See, I've got this mixed up, so I'm through with my sugar.
Butterscotch? Mama, do you do butterscotch? Yvonne wants to know.
I've made it out of butterscotch pie filling mix, but I've not made a homemade one.
This one's homemade. The crust isn't homemade, but would be a separate thing anyway. But just for pie filling, this is homemade. It's delicious. This was
Move my stuff out of the way so I can.
This was Dad's favorite, and it's one of my favorites. Mama makes a coconut I love as well. And I absolutely love her lemon pie.
I'm going to put this calls for 4 egg yolks. And what I do, let me scoot pieces around. I hope they can see now what I do. This is my bowl that I'm going to
check her eggs.
Well, it's not checking. I'm going to separate them.
Or separate. I've got an egg separator you got from Tupperware over here.
I know it.
Does that mean don't bother me with it? One little egg.
The yolk goes in the pie.
2 little eggs.
I goofed up there.
What'd you do, Mom?
I dropped my egg yolk. So I shouldn't have done. That's 2 yolks.
Three.
You can tell I'm an old time cook. That's the way I was taught by my mommy to do.
And she's checking them with each one of these. If she wasn't, she could do it over this one bowl, but...
Oh, I'd be afraid I'd mess them all up with one yolk.
Mm-hmm. 4. 4 beautiful eggs.
Okay.
Separated and yolks. It says 4 well-beaten egg yolks and 1 cup of cold milk.
Well, like I said, I don't do it like they say, because I just cook. What I do now is I mix all of this egg
yolk
in here,
with the cocoa and the cornstarch.
because I don't want all that lumpy stuff. Now I'm going to get out my milk.
Do you want all this blended together in this kettle?
It's not enough to blend it, I don't think. Either milk's getting heavy or I'm getting weaker.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Gallon's heavy. So this is going to be the cup of cold milk. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
She's putting that cup of cold in we need.
You want to keep stirring, get that so we won't have lumps all in it. That's my biggest concern. Is I don't want lumpy pie.
Is the weather have an effect on this, Mama?
I really have not paid that much attention to pies. Might on the meringue part, but
Okay, you're going to pour some more in.
get this side over here blended in.
I'm trying to blend without sloshing. Folks, this is absolutely delicious. My daddy loved this. This was his favorite pie. He liked coconut too, didn't he?
Yeah, he loved lemon. He
And
loved
lemon.
all pies, but he wanted lemon or chocolate more than any.
When I was a kid, I always remember you would make both at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah, we'd eat one and eat the other.
Now, what's this?
This second cup of milk.
Now that you only have
It
one cold cup on this recipe.
Well, it says heat it, and I'm not doing it. I'll heat it.
Oh, so this is the 3 cups.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll make that note.
Yeah, I didn't heat it like it says. And here's my 3rd cup of milk.
This looks and smells like delicious chocolate milk. This reminds me, which it don't have nothing to do with how you make it, just the looks of it. This reminds me of when you make a homemade hot cocoa.
Yeah. That's what I do my cocoa the same way. I mix my
You just don't put cornstarch.
no, but I mix a little bit of the milk at a time and stuff.
Okay.
So all I'm going to do now is take it to the stove.
Let's wait just 2 seconds.
And then at the end, when it cooks and gets thick, I've got 3 tablespoons of butter, and that's just what happened to be in there, and a teaspoon of vanilla. And I believe that's all, yes?
Let's go over it. So that's what
Okay.
I'm going to go over. So in this pot right now, this kettle, is 5 tablespoons of cocoa, 1.5 cups of sugar, white granulated sugar, 5 tablespoons of cornstarch, and 3 cups of cold milk stirred into the kettle before it's even went to the stove.
Well, 4 egg yolks first.
And 4 egg yolks.
Mixed in with the cocoa sugar, the dry ingredients.
So you need to have 5 tablespoons of cocoa, 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, 5 tablespoons of cornstarch, 4 egg yolks only in here, and 3 cups of cold milk.
So, and then I've got, it says 3 tablespoons of butter, and that's what that is, and a teaspoon of vanilla on the last once it cooks. So I'm going to the stove now and start cooking.
I'm making notes. You have to do that with Mama's recipes. This one clearly says heat to boiling point 2 cups of milk and combine, and then start doing all that. So I'm putting on here, Mom does not heat milk.
I figure it's going to heat when all the rest of it does. It might
Start here. It is. If it works this way, why would you?
Well, it's, you know, you have to.
You have to play the game.
More pots. You'd have to heat 1 kettle full of
Milk.
and then you don't want that, your dry ingredients in it till you get it mixed up.
We're not rule followers, folks, when it comes to recipes. You all know that. So she's got her egg whites over here, and she's going to whip those up in a few minutes into a meringue to put on top of this pie. If you want to write this down, you need 5 tablespoons of cocoa, and that's just, we use Hershey's cocoa in a can. You use whatever you have. 1.5 cups of sugar. 1.5 cups of sugar. 5 tablespoons of cornstarch. Just level cornstarch spoons. Then separate 4 eggs. Put the yolks in this dry mix. Then add 3 cups of whole milk, is what Mama used. 3 cups of whole milk. And heat it on the stove till it comes to a boiling point. And then it says, when smooth, add gradually to the milk, which has just come to a boiling point. Stir and cook until thickened, about 1 minute. So you cook it for about 1 minute.
This takes longer because I didn't heat the milk.
Once it starts boiling, though.
Yeah.
Remove from the heat and add 1 teaspoon vanilla, 3 tablespoons of butter. Pour into 2 baked pie shells, 9 inches.
Well, now this is, if you use the deep dish pie shells, it won't make 2.
Right. Top with meringue and make fun. I don't know what that says. 4 egg whites. Make fun the. I don't know. Made from the 4 egg whites and 8 tablespoons of sugar, and then brown. So you make a meringue from those 4, and then your little bit of vanilla and your sugar, and then you brown it on top. Now I'm going to tell you about that brown and that meringue. It happens in seconds. It happens as quick as a 2-year-old running in a grocery store. It's gone. It'll burn in a heartbeat. But Mama will show you that. We're going to have to get that loud mixer out because you got to whip those whites till they make a peak. Let's talk a while. I hope y'all got some coffee or some tea. I just happen to have both tonight. I have coffee, and then I've been drinking on this wonderful sweet tea today. And I put a little bit of lemon in it. What y'all tell me that was? Arnold Palmer. I probably didn't put enough lemonade in it to be half and half, though. But I'm going to tell you that coffee right there is pretty good. How long do you cook the pie again? Well, that's a good question. Once it comes to a boiling point, you cook it for 1 minute. You want it to thicken. It says stir and cook until thickened, about 1 minute. So if yours isn't thickened in a minute, then give it another 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 30, whatever you need. But this says once it comes to the boiling point, stir and cook until thickened about 1 minute. Then you remove it from the heat. And you add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3 tablespoons of stick butter. We use real butter. Into 2 pie, then pour it in your deep dish pie shell or your 2 shallow 9-inch pie shells. And then we're going to have pie. This will be a good little treat this weekend. We might get to go out on the porch and drink coffee and eat pie. Hi, John and Momma. Enjoy watching Mary. We enjoy having y'all here. We really do. Hey, Wanda, did she not put flour in it? No, ma'am. Wanda, no flour. Cornstarch.
No, the recipe calls for tablespoons of flour, but this one only calls for cornstarch.
She does have a recipe, she said, that had flour in it, but this one only calls for cornstarch. Well, thank you, Martha. We love you all, too. So glad you... We look forward to being here, too. If we're not on, it's either because our schedule is just pure crazy or there was just no time left in the day. Because we or the internet's out. Oh, let's knock on some wood or whatever this counter's made out of. I'm making this too. Love you. Oh, are you, Kelly? Are you making it right now? Always real butter. Yes, Jennifer. Always. Love it. Me neither. Cornstarch for me. So it's cornstarch in. Yeah. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Hey, thank you for those stars, Marina. Sounds just like my grandma's chocolate pie. Terry, it probably is. It's probably just like your grandma's. Hello there, Lori. How are you? Hey, Jenny. Hey, Linda. Linda from Georgia. Georgia, how's it down there in Georgia, Linda? Is it hot? It's 82 degrees here, and it's 6:30. Ooh, it's hot. Hey, Deborah, I'm late. What's for dinner? Well, we had leftovers for dinner. We ate that a little earlier, and now we're having chocolate pie. And we probably won't get a cut into it tonight. Mama usually makes me wait.
It has to set up.
It has to set. Or you can go ahead and spoon it out and eat it. It don't hurt.
Your daddy would.
Now, here's what Mama has done in the past. She will make this up and pour it out in some little pudding dishes. And we have pudding at night, and then the next day we can cut the pie. So sometimes when we were too anxious, she would fix us some little cups of pudding out of this, wouldn't you, Mama?
Yeah.
What is your favorite color? Myrna, Mama's is red. My favorite color, I like all colors. I'm very eclectic when it comes to colors. I like red. It depends on what it is. Now, I'm not one of these people who wants red everything. But I like my red coffee cup. But I don't like to wear a lot of red clothes. So in clothes, I like blue, and I like black, and I like fall colors, orange. I like orange as a color. It's one of my favorite colors. I've got a orange coffee cup, and and of course UT Vols is orange. I'm not a big sports follower, but I do like the Vols. Everybody likes the Vols in Tennessee. But I'm not one of those people who, if you like, if you're Alabama Roll Tide and all that, that's cool. We'll go with that. You should support your state team or your home team or your college team. Be loyal to them. Happy Friday, Gwen. How are you? Hello, Christopher. How are you, sir? Hey, Charlene. How are you? I'm killing a little time here because Mama's over there stirring, keeping it from sticking. And that's what she has to do. Now it's boiling, so we'll give it another minute and let it. And here's the pie crust. She already pre-baked it. She broke it. We won't even show it here. Let me put my hand here and say, "Here's Mama's pie crust." So that's the pie crust. A little bit of the top. It broke off, and there's a little piece of it in there. Is it time to pour it in, Mama? Let me go back.
Yeah, I gotta put my
we got
butter.
Mama's back, and here's what it looks like. So if you're wondering how thick is thick, right there, like a good pudding.
Now it'll be thin till
It's a little thin, a little. You know, this is
boiling
you
hot.
can see it's. If you got ribbons, and when it starts falling like that, you'll know it's the right.
That was 3 tablespoons of butter.
3 tablespoons of real butter.
Stir that around so it'll melt.
All you have to do is put it in there, and it'll be gone. It'll melt quick. And then she's going to put in her vanilla. 1 teaspoon, Mama. Shall I open that for you?
I think you should, because I'm not doing no good. I believe you put it back on.
Not me, Mama. Now the lid of this is supposed to be 1 teaspoon, so you don't have to dirty anything else. So you can just use the lid of your vanilla, and it should equal a teaspoon or approximately there. And it ain't gonna hurt nothing if you go a little over.
Oh no.
But my granny taught me that years ago. Use that lid, she say. Just combining it all together.
Thank you.
Now that butter will make this look a little glossy. You'll see the chocolate shinier. But see, it's still about the same consistency. It's ribboning off from this whisk. Oh, it smells good. That vanilla brought all that together.
Oh, it smells like, makes me want chocolate candy now.
Oh, Mama, no, we can't go overboard. We'll have to do pie one week.
I can't help it. It still makes me.
Mama's getting a holiday mood. Now here we go. Here's the pouring of the pie in the shell. Mama, be extra careful. There's the magic, folks.
Whoop.
That's enough.
I know
If
it.
you have any left in there, we'll make a pudding cup.
We'll have pudding. You can eat that tonight, pudding.
I can have pudding cup.
Okay, and here is the chocolate, and you can see it used just about every bit of that for this deep dish.
There's about
sugar.
a half a cup left in there.
So you can't overdo you can't make 2 of the deep dish.
You can't make 2 deep dishes, but you could 2 shallow dishes.
Yeah, 2 shallow.
Oh, here we go, folks. It's time for the turbo mixer. Everybody asks about this turbo mixer. We've had it. Mama's had it 100 years. She does have a stand mixer.
I do have a KitchenAid.
I did buy her a KitchenAid hand mixer one time.
And I got a KitchenAid mixer.
Let's hold up this little shield.
Put it. I gotta have something.
I'll put it on there in a minute. But let's wait till you get started. Sorry for the noise, folks. You can see it starting to foam up, and it'll have this meringue.
It's a pecan.
Yeah, it's peaking. Show them that again, Mama, what the peaks mean. These are soft peaks. So when you, I apologize for the noise and the length of time, but this is just real cooking, real time. So when you get the soft peaks like that, then you add in your sugar. And you need
5 tablespoons.
5 tablespoons, Mama said. Yep, 5 tablespoons of white granulated sugar. Now you can put cream of tartar
3.
in it. Kind of does have something to them, Mama. 4. and 5. But Mama never does. She always just does the sugar and the egg whites. Here we go again, folks.
I'm sorry. Will you get me a spatula to pour this out on?
I will, Mom.
I forgot to get it out.
Okay. Now, wait for you.
I was going to show him.
This is the...
Peak phone.
Is it pecan?
Yeah, it's pecan sun.
Like this is a peak?
Huh?
Is that what you go by?
No, in the bowl.
Because it's not pecan.
You see how it's folding over?
You want it to fold over like that?
Yeah.
I thought it had to stand up like little
Well,
points.
it's supposed to, but I quit beating it.
Mama's through with it, is what she's trying to say. She's through with that now.
I'm tired of it.
Now she's got the oven over there on 350 and it's preheating because she's getting ready to put this in there. Now we're gonna watch it. You can't walk away from it even if you think I'm gonna run over here and wash these dishes up. Nope. I don't recommend it. Palate high, Mama. Mile high meringue.
Well, the meringue might have been enough for 2 pies, but there wasn't no.
It's going to be wavy and pretty. You want those waves because they'll brown. The tops of them will brown. There
Here
you
we go. There it is.
Over to the Easy Bake. You put that in the oven and let that brown good. I'm going to flip the phone so y'all can see Mama and put it in the Easy Bake. Mama, here you are.
Oh, wow.
So there it is. In the Easy Bake, ready for its brownness.
Yeah.
I bet you could zoom on this if you tried.
Oh, it'd take it a while to start browning.
Mama, can you zoom in?
Mm-mm.
But you got to stand there and watch it, folks. If you don't, you'll end up with a mess, won't you, Mama?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a mess from it, Mama?
Well, I think the peaks get a little too brown before and stuff. I'm watching it close enough.
Every once in a while that happens, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. And sometimes they'll get a little browner trying to get the rest of it brown and stuff. I just hope it does all right. You can turn it on broil and brown them fast, but then that just crusts the meringue and don't let it kind of cook a little.
You want it to cook. It's kind of like when you do sweet potato casserole with a meringue topping on it. Or, no, you put marshmallows on it, don't you?
Yeah.
Wonder what a chocolate pie with marshmallows on it would taste like, Mama.
I don't know.
Miniature marshmallows?
Might taste pretty good.
I bet it would be good. Ooh, I just thought of something.
It'd be like a s'mores pie.
Yeah, if you put it in a graham cracker crust, then made your homemade.
Yeah, but putting it.
I've just invented something.
I'm gonna get my pot holder. I ain't got that.
Call somebody, Mama. I just invented something.
Oh wow!
Some more pie. And then you could say,
Don't they have a s'more pie or a s'more? Deal?
surely they've not already done it, Mama.
I think they do.
Then you could say, would you like some more pie?
S'more pie. Catchy little thing, isn't it?
Can I get you some more pie?
Catchy.
Is it already browning?
No, not yet. Nope. It's getting stiffer though. I mean, I can see
Some
the
more.
top of it blazing.
This is our Easy Bake Oven. People ask about him all the time. It is a KitchenAid. We got this on Amazon. It has the air fryer and convection and dehydrator on it. We had another one and it didn't have air fryer. And Mama would air fryer, but we don't have tons of counter space to leave stuff out. So I found this one and we just upgraded the Easy Bake to one with the air fryer so we wouldn't have all that on the counter. Great idea. Use marshmallows. Fluff. Oh yeah, that would be good, Mary. I made one with mini marshmallows. It's excellent. Lucy has already done it, Mama. Did you put it in the graham cracker crust, Lucy? It would be so good in a graham cracker crust with the Mama's homemade chocolate cream in the middle, covered in marshmallows, and then brown just a tinge on top. I got my Easy Bake and I love it. Liz, do you use it every day? We hardly ever use the big oven anymore.
Especially in the summer.
We don't ever use it in the summer. I don't remember the last time it was on, really. In fact, the last time Mama used it, I was so surprised. I said, "Are you using the big oven?" She said, "Yeah."
I forgot what I was fixing.
I forget too, but I was totally surprised you was using it. Hey, from Sevierville. Trina, how are you? A fudge pie is really good too. Make you want to slap somebody. Is it Angela? That sounds good. I put Cool Whip sometimes instead of egg whites. It's delicious, and my grandchildren likes Cool Whip better. Well, Glenda, that sounds good.
The younger kids do like this better than the old-fashioned way.
Janelle, how are you? Hi, Sherry. My mama always used vanilla wafers. Sandra, that would be good. Crust for chocolate pies. So good. Vanilla wafer crust. That would be good. Oh, Carolyn, it is delicious. I've heard of convection oven does the same as an air fryer. It is. It is. Who said that? Gail. Air fryer is just convection oven. It's just a convection. You don't really need both.
Convection.
Yeah, Mama, the stove oven is convection too, so we really didn't need an air fryer. But I was talking about air fryers and we had never had one. Mom said, I wouldn't care to try one of them. So that's how come we decided. See, Mama's not left that stove. Because if you leave that stove, you could have a burnt meringue. You got to stand there pretty much like you're watching TV. Can you get Mama to make a coconut cream pie?
No.
Donna wants a coconut cream pie, Mama. Can you make this one?
I can make it out of this. I don't have. Well, I like it.
Denise is having cheesecake, y'all.
Yes.
I'm new here. Watched just a few times. Loved. Well, thank you so much, Lori. And Mike, we appreciate y'all being here. Oh goodness, I might. I should have said that. It was just a figure of speech. Angela, I don't know what you said. Didn't seem too bad to me, whatever it was. Don't worry about it, Angela. I think you'll be okay. Did I see what you said, Angela? Now you got me wondering, Angela, but I don't know. I think you're all right. Facebook gets finicky now. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes.
They're changing stuff every day.
Egg custard is your very favorite pie. Ooh, I like custard. All right, come on back over here, folks. Let's see the results. Oh, Mama, I have to tell you, that is picture perfect.
I got messed up on it.
Now look how pretty that is, y'all. Don't that look like something you'd take to the fair? That's what you want. You want the white in the valleys and the golden, beautiful brown on the top. And that's a perfect pie. That is just perfect. All them waves and all that goodness. It is wonderful, Mama. Hand me a spoon and I'll taste this pudding.
Oh.
I want to. I could use this. Well, no, you might want to dip with this one. Just hand me a small one. See, there's about a half a cup left in there. And I'm just going to give it a sample. And I'm going to tell you what the chocolate. So this will be, instead of cutting the pie tonight, which I would get in trouble if we cut that pie. Mama would not have it. I'm going to sample the pudding, which is the pie that is in there.
You had to get your daddy some pudding to eat, or he'd cut or dip into the pie. So
the pie needs to set a few hours. So if you're making this for supper, you want to make it mid-afternoon, early on. You want to let it set a couple of hours. You want to let it set till it cools, basically. But it'll take it a while to cool. It's 7 o'clock almost. It won't really be cool to cut till about 8:30, would it, Mama? About an hour and a half.
just in time for a midnight snack.
Mama says it's time for midnight snack.
This is Friday night. We can set up.
That is heaven on earth. That is. I'm telling you, folks. It don't taste like any kind of pudding. It tastes like. It's wonderful. It's just like eating chocolate, the best chocolate. I mean, it's just really good. Did I freeze y'all up? I think I did. It's a wonderful treat. Yummy, yummy. Looks delicious. Sheila, it is delicious. I'm sure that will be delicious. I love meringue on pie. It's a KitchenAid countertop. Nola's telling y'all about the stove or the Easy Bake. We call it an Easy Bake because it's just a little oven. When Mama first got it, she said, I can't wait to try out my little oven. And I said, well, get in there and fix you something in your Easy Bake and see what it tastes like.
So we've called it Easy
So
Bake.
it's just kind of like getting a nickname for a child. That's the reason we call it the Easy Bake, just because it's a little oven. And we'd never had one.
Not an Easy Bake oven.
We'd never had a toaster oven. We had never.
Well, I did a long time ago, and I dropped it. You may not remember.
I may have been before me, Mama. I don't
No,
ever.
it wasn't before you.
I don't ever remember. I remember when we had a camper, we had a toaster oven.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
In the
about.
camper.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like sitting on our counter at home. It was never a something we used. I never had used it.
I was a cleaning, and I dropped it, so
Come on,
I
here,
would
Mama.
never use it no more.
We always just had the toaster,
Move your foot. Now.
2 slices. That's all we ever had.
So we've really come up in the world.
Well, yeah,
now.
Mama, we got an Easy Bake.
We've got an Easy Bake and a 4-slicer toaster finally.
I have that toaster.
I used my toaster I got at my wedding shower for a little over 25 years or more, or maybe longer than that.
The toaster we have now is a real expensive one. It's 4 toaster, and it's got a little thing you flip, and it raises up these things, and you put Danish or something on it. And it's a fancy little booger. It's so fancy I couldn't hardly use it when we first got it. But a coworker of mine brought it to me from there. We have this little store here. It's called a bins store, and what it is they have overstock stuff in bins. And I think she got it on a $3 day or a $5 day.
$5 a day, I think. What
And she said, I brought this because I had mentioned I needed a four toast toaster. And she brought me that one. She said, I thought I'd take a chance on a $5 toaster that's $50 or $60. And I said, thank you, because I never would have paid $50 for a toaster if I had to put it in the oven. So, but it's a fancy little thing. I hope it don't tear up because you might not be able to find another one at the bins.
Probably your luck wouldn't be that you'd find another one.
It wouldn't. It's got to be on sale or a deal, or I ain't gonna fool with it.
That's right.
I can't enjoy it if I pay too much for it. It just ain't the way it works.
No, you gotta be savings. And
Mama, I sure wish we could cut into that,
well, it is so hot.
but we ain't going to because it'll just make it messy. What happens if you cut it too soon is where you take that piece out, all the rest of it will run down in there, and then it'll separate from the meringue. It's just not good. Even I will say it's probably best to wait. Isn't it, Mama?
Yeah. Do like I do your daddy. Eat some of that.
I'll eat some of that pudding. That'll be. I don't even need that. But what you could do, Mama, is put that in 2 little cups, put saran wrap over, it, put that in the kitchen.
In the refrigerator.
In the refrigerator.
No, let's eat them few little bites. That's not enough to dirty cups over.
Okay, Mama, you can eat it. I'll let you have it. What are you going to drink with it?
I've got my Zero Coke. Well, that's not double sugar, so.
Hey, I've got a friend who drinks Diet Coke with pie and desserts. At least you're not double dipping in the sugar.
That's right.
Anybody got any questions or anything about the pie before we go? Hello, Pamela. How are you?
Did you show them the tops of it?
I showed it. Let's show them again. Mom, I'll let you show them the top.
This is, I'll raise it up a little.
No, it's hot. Leave it. They can see it. Now, there it is, folks. That is, I said that was pretty enough to take to the fair. I will show you one thing.
Not hardly to take to the fair.
I will show you one thing. Don't worry, like if your pie crust ain't perfect. When you look at that pie, you can't even tell where the crust was broke. So it's not a big deal. If you have it right there, it is. But see that meringue just come down there. So don't worry so much about those little things. Mama used to worry, make sure the pie crust was perfect and everything. There's a world of ways to hide that, and nobody interested in that. Like if you was taking this to a picnic or something, ain't nobody looking at that crust that's gone. They're looking at this beautiful pie, and they're wondering what's under there. Here's another little hint. If you do take this to a church thing or to a picnic, get you some chocolate sprinkles or something and add on the top. That tells everybody that's chocolate. If you're going to do lemon, grate up some lemon zest and put on the top. If it's coconut, put a little coconut on it. So you always want to do some little indicator of what you're taking. Another little idea is, in this particular case, you could get a little card stand and put some recipes. Just put them with your pie, because a lot of people will want to do the recipes. So if you're taking them somewhere, it's a good idea. Just copy off some recipes and have it there with it, because I've never went to a function yet that it wasn't saying, I want that recipe.
Yeah.
And they're always saying, well, I'll write it down and bring it to you.
We're the ones that usually hollers it first, don't
We kind of could be, Mama, sometimes.
We want that recipe.
Come over, Mama.
Huh?
Come over.
Oh, come over.
We can't stretch the middle. Folks, we're going to go. We're not going to eat pie.
We will before I go to bed, probably.
Mama, you ain't going to eat pudding and pie.
Well, I might eat pie then. I might just wait a little while.
I can't let you do sugar before you go to bed.
I've got to. I can't smell that chocolate and not eat some tonight.
Well, you can have the pudding.
I'll go crazy.
She's not addicted, really.
No. I'm a chocolate person.
Chocoholic. You need to get into a group, Mama.
For chocolate?
A 12-step program.
I don't want to enter no 12-step program. I don't want to get off from it.
Oh. Sometimes the struggle's real, folks. That's the reason I tell her, Mama, if you're going to do pies or cakes or anything like that, do them on the weekends so I can monitor you. Mama will graze her way through a pie or a cake. She'll say, I just had one little piece, and then I've nibbled around on it.
That just nibbling don't count much. If you don't eat but a bite or two at a time, you're not eating big pieces.
No, but when you go by and you cut a little sliver, and you eat that little sliver, and you go do laundry, and you come back and eat that little sliver.
Well, I've worked that sliver off doing other stuff.
And then you sliver your way through a whole cake.
Tell him when you just sliver a bite, it don't count if you work it off in between.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Somebody agree with her.
Somebody help me.
I'm proud of you for drinking zero drinks.
I am too. That's a hard thing to do.
Mama might have a sliver before bed.
Yeah.
You have to have graham cracker and peanut butter.
Well, if I eat this, I won't need it.
Yeah, that's the point of the graham cracker and peanut butter, is that protein helps balance you out a little bit.
Yeah. I'll set up later to let it do its thing.
Oh, she's into crocheting now. She's a rounder. She'll stay up to 1 o'clock crocheting.
Sometimes I do.
She does. Now, I don't see 1 o'clock. 10, 10:30's
You
fine.
get involved, or if I'm in a good book or reading it, I can sit right there and read it for hours.
If I'm in a good book reading it, I can read it, and then at some point I wake up with my glasses off and my book in my lap, or flopped over on the bed, or off the side of the bed. Sometimes that's what wakes me up, is a book hitting the floor. Do y'all ever do that? Go to bed with a book and you wake up when it goes pow. Oh, what's that? Don't be reading a murder mystery, you'll think you're shot.
That's what I like, is murder mysteries. And
I like
stories.
Southern authors. I like
the Amish books. I love them.
I like Southern authors, Fanny Flagg, and I don't own no rights to none of this, so nobody
Is
gets
Fanny
sideways.
Flagg the one that wrote the
Fried green tomatoes and all that Southern, and the all girls filling station.
All Girls Filling Station? I liked it real well.
It was a good book, and it wasn't what you think. It had a lot of history to it. I enjoyed it. I recommend it to a friend of mine who likes to read, and he said, "What are you reading now?" And I said, he said, "What kind of book is that, John?" I said, "It really is good. It's about airplanes, and there's a lot more to it."
The first woman, or one of the women,
Yeah.
flew the plane and stuff.
And so when he read it, he said, "It was a good book. It really was."
It was a good
It had a lot of history to it. Mm-hmm. I like historical. I'm boring. Lord, if I keep talking, this will have me put on a
boring list for
boring
sure.
list for sure. Because I like boring. I like historical books. I like anything about the South. I like to read about it. There's another author who writes about stuff local. Well, about 30 miles from here. Her name's Crumb. Sharon Crumb, I think is her name.
Yeah, I think so too.
Now, I'm not representing these people, and they didn't tell me I could even use their names, so don't. I'm just telling you what I'm reading. So, but there's all kinds of good books out there. Good books. I love to read a book, but I don't read them too often. Well, I'm always got one going. I'm one of them people who's always reading a book. But I don't read them like every night like I used to, because I will sit up all night and read them. I used to read at red lights. I'd keep a book in the car, and I'd like, I can read this for a second. Ridiculous, really. I've done better. I don't do that so bad.
I believe we're just boring them to death.
We aren't boring them. We're boring y'all to death, talking about how boring we are.
Yeah.
So we're going to say good night, folks. Have a good one. Find you something good to eat. It's still early. Some of you probably haven't eaten. Some of y'all are probably going to be sitting around a fire pit tonight eating hot dogs and s'mores.
Yeah.
Some of y'all are going to be doing some exciting stuff.
Friday night.
Probably about the time you're hitting your second s'more, I'll be ready to snore, because I'll be asleep, because it'll be 9:30. Because when you get up at 4:30 or 5, and the older I get, the earlier.
Some more s'more pie.
Some more pie. When you get up early, you got to go to bed early.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching the Waltons.
He's on this walk.
Are y'all hooked on the Hallmark movies and mysteries?
Drama, I think. Hallmark drama.
Drama and mysteries?
Yeah.
I don't know. I turned on the other night and watched one program of the Waltons.
And he's been hooked ever since.
And now I've watched about 12 of them, or 13, over the past week. And they're going to be on another week. I'll be caught up on Waltons. Now if they just do a marathon of Indy, of Mayberry, and maybe Little House on the Prairie,
You'll have Molly in.
I'd be set for the holidays. Good night, y'all. Enjoy. Say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.